So, how big are we going to make it? Well, no point in making it very long if I'm only using one rubber band. And width-wise, if I'm going to use one of these hangers to make the axles, then I'm going to cut that in the middle there, and that's going to be the length of one axle, and that will be the length of the other axle. So if that's got to go right through the cardboard, I probably need it to be slightly narrower than this. Let's just judge it. That's about the middle there. I'm hoping this aluminium doesn't break when I bend it, because some aluminium just snaps. That seems okay. That's going to be the wheel's going to go on there, and then I'm going to tape the outside of it to that, and that'll help it grip. This end I'll have to bend up L shape. But that tells me the width. Well, we might be lucky, we might be able to use this cardboard box as it is. But just so we can see how it's made, I'll just pull it apart. So if you're going to make it from a flat piece, then you need to draw lines that way and lines that way and fold it up. And put tape around it to hold it in place. But that's going to be my base for my car. I'll put a link in my video description to a car I made very much like this from a flat piece of cardboard, and that's exactly what I did. I just folded the edges up so that we ended up with a box shape like that. Right, so we need some wheels. Should be able to get two wheels out of there. That one's had something leak in it, but I could probably get two wheels out of that piece. If you've got a compass, that's a point with a pencil on it, that would be a good way of drawing a circle. These are actually called dividers, and they have 2 points on them. Trouble with cardboard wheels is they're not very strong. If you have plenty of cardboard, I'd double it up. I'd make 2 discs and stick them together, because then they won't be quite so floppy. them out in a minute. remember what I said, this isn't going to be very strong. You'd be better off sticking two together, taping them together, making them stronger, but I'm going to go with just the one layer. The other thing that will be handy would be to cut some little discs to add as spacers. Show you what I mean. Just little circles like that to help hold the wheels away from the bodywork of the car. That'll help reduce the friction. So, bodywork, wheels. What we need now is to make some holes, and that's important to try and keep the holes parallel front and back so the car has a chance of going straight. So let's put a cross, which should be in the same, well, parallel front and back. Need to make a hole. Got a screwdriver there. Widen it out a bit. You'll also need somewhere to tie the rubber band at the front, so push another hole through. Now the thing that's going to be most difficult here is folding that end. You'll see why in a minute. So put one of these spacers on. Right, this is where it's going to be a little bit awkward. You've got to fold that up and you haven't got much room to move. Should be all right. If you hold it back here, you may bend the whole axle. You really want 2 pairs of pliers. Right, I think I'm okay. So I'm going to leave that like that, put tape over there, and tape over there, and that's our back axle. Right, now we need to tape those in place. battery's just going to run out on the camera. I think we're just about there. Okay, now we need a rubber band. Oh, that one's broken. Well, that's quite handy actually, because you could tie it on one end. Wrap it round the axle so it wraps over itself. If you can see that, that's holding itself in place. We'll try that on the floor. Well, that works. One thing I did have to do was adjust the size of that hole so that the back axle twisted a little bit, because the car was going to the right a bit, and by allowing that part of the axle to go forwards a bit, that turns the whole back axle towards the right, which makes the car go to the left. And you can do the same with the front axles. Adjust the size of the holes so that you can adjust the turn. Job done.